right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 758 on this beautiful Wednesday evening. We're going to have hard-hitting Wednesday. Brandy's got a topic. What topic is it?
Hard-hitting Wednesday.
That's not what I said. I said, what topic is it? What topic are you going over tonight?
Types of investors.
What's happening?
It's a long day, babe.
What is happening? All right, let's try this again. You ready?
Yes.
Ready this time?
Yes.
All righty. All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 758. This is Hard Hitting Wednesday on this beautiful evening, and tonight we got a topic that always kicks everybody in the assets. And tonight, what is the one that's kicking everybody in the assets, Brandy?
Types of investors.
All right, that's our topic of the night. It applies to all the different exams. Brandy's going to help you out in understanding all those different ways that it hurts you. And then we're going to, I don't know how she's going to do it, but it's going to be a great night, and we're going to learn something, right?
Yes.
All right, if you're brand new here, we don't have the gas running in the house, but it seems like it might be. But my name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office at KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for me. You know, believe it or not, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you, too, can get a pass notice. Because why, Brandy?
It's a hot pass summer.
All right. I feel like I just asked you too many questions now.
No, you're good. You're all good.
I think your ADD's got you going like 5 different directions. You don't know which one to go in.
I know.
All right. Well, tonight we're going to do that. We're going to have the Hard Hitting Wednesday. But first, I want to say, I just want to mention this real quick. Hawaii. Oh, our brothers and sisters in Hawaii. It is on fire. It is not a good thing. I'm not saying on fire because of something good, but they're literally on fire. So prayers to everybody on the island, in Maui especially.
Yes.
Just devastated.
Yes.
And we have a lot of students in Maui, and we do have a lot of students in the Big Island. And I hope everybody stays safe and just take care. They're dealing with those hurricane winds and some fire. It's almost like it's California for a second there, but hang in there, and we have nothing but prayers for all of you.
Absolutely.
So yes, and then also in the East Coast, major flooding. Good grief! Like I saw power lines down in Maryland and all throughout Pennsylvania. So there's things going on, but you guys just keep your prayers for all these people going through it. But I do know one thing: if you got that heart of a warrior, you're just not going to stop anyway. Everything's going to happen, and a lot of things happen that are totally out of our control. There's nothing we can do about it, right? You can't control all that, but there's only 2 things you can't control, and that's why all of you are on here. It's your attitude and your activity.
Activity.
I wasn't going to ask you.
Thank you. I'm glad you do.
I know. I'm done pop quizzing you for the night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can relax.
Okay.
You can focus on your topic of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, your activity. That's all you can control. Those 2 things. That's it. That's all we ever have control over, period. Anything else is just way out of our control. So I know some people are going through it, but you just got to charge on. Even if it's not a natural disaster, personal things going on, you just gotta push on. You gotta just sally forth. You gotta stay positive, and you just gotta keep moving.
Yes.
Until you're in the grave. That's how I look at it. I just gotta keep working, and I gotta keep moving. And I just gotta have that positive mental attitude. And as long as I do that, there's nothing I can, that nothing can go wrong.
Absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. Even if it does go wrong, I still see it as a right. Something's working in my favor some way or another. I'm learning from it. I'm moving forward. I'm progressing.
Yep.
No matter what. And you just got to have that positive mental attitude. So prayers for everybody in Hawaii, and definitely on the East Coast. I mean, I would love to go through all the different states, but man, everybody's like going through something in there. Mm-hmm. And they got another storm coming through, I think either tonight or tomorrow. So prayers to all of them. Yeah, I was looking at Tennessee. Whew. Man. All right. You need to start putting power lines underneath the ground. That's what I learned.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Man, did we learn that out here?
No, you don't even understand. Like, they were laying over like dominoes onto the highway. Like, they were literally like some guy was trapped in his truck for like 3 hours because there was live wires all around him. That was nuts. But all right. Well, that being said, we're all here to get our study on, to get this session. There are 30 minutes of free If you love what you're about to see and hear, we got so much more to offer. We got our own online courses, on-demand videos, audios. We got study guides. We got all kinds of great stuff all lined up. Thousands of hours of content. Someone was just hitting me up and they're like, hey, I work during your live sessions, because we have live sessions during the day where you can ask a teacher, you can ask, questions on there. Brandy goes through a topic. Tomorrow we'll go over what topics are tomorrow. But let's say you can't be there because you're at work, right? You still got that job. You still got that ball and chain, right? You know what one of the biggest things about work is that one of the things about salary, it just enslaves you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It just the promise of a good salary just enslaves so many people. But a lot of people want to get out. They want to do something else. That's why they're on here, right? Or they want to better themselves. So guys, don't let that job slow you down, because you can watch the replay later that day. You can tune into our community that we have, the Kona Discord, and you can go ahead and you can leave messages on there. You can say, hey, I'm not going to be on the live session. Can you please answer this on this topic? Like, I'm always confused, or it's not on that topic, but can you answer this question for me? Can you work it out? And you can watch the replay later when you get home. And we tell you which ones are recorded, so that way you know that if it's recorded, and you can actually see that. And Brandy will help you out on the Discord and let you know.
Yeah.
But you can always watch it later. We don't want you slowed down, and that's why we do the things we do with the on-demand online videos and all that stuff. Is, guys, some of us don't have the luxury of taking a boot camp for a weekend, 3 to 4 days, and some of us, if we did have that, we have so many other things we'd rather be doing and need to do, because that's a lot of hours in a weekend.
Yeah.
And it's hard to concentrate when you got life, right? When you got like adulting, it's difficult, right?
Right.
So we always have ways for you guys to tune in, use all these different tools, and you can get on there, scan the QR code, hit the links in the chat. We got 866 Hey Kona, where you can ask me more questions about it, or hit up Brandy on the Kona community over there on the Discord. Join it. The Kona community, by the way, is free. It's free. So it costs nothing to be in there, and we have lots of great resources. We even have Studying Brew replays. These replays are on over there. Plus, they're on YouTube, Telegram, Patreon, and over there on Facebook. So you can grab these replays anytime, anywhere, on any of those different platforms. So we have live sessions happening tomorrow. I know that the SIE is all about stocks.
Yeah.
And the Series 6, what do we got in the Series 6, Brandy?
We've got...
Oh, boy.
Oh.
I told you that I was not going to give you...
It is what we talked about.
Oh, I wasn't going to give you any kind of... It is money markets.
Money markets. That's right.
Yes. I said I wasn't going to give you a pop quiz, but I guess I wasn't done.
Apparently.
Fun starts at 7 a.m. in Hawaii, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. And then we have 11 a.m. in Hawaii, 2 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Mountains, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. East for the SIE.
Yeah.
Both sessions were already recorded already.
Yes.
So those replays are already out. So if you can't attend Thursday, they already happened earlier in the week.
Yes.
So those replays are already out. So that way you if you didn't see them, you can always go look up in the archive and watch those from earlier in the week.
Yes.
But we do a replay of the information on a second day during the week. So that way people who missed it earlier in the week to have it later in the day. And so if you're wondering, you're like attending the SIE and you're like, seems like Tuesday. Yes, it is. And we just have it later in the afternoon for people who couldn't make that morning session. So we try to make 2 lives for that. So SIE and 6 are high in demand.
Yes, they are.
So if you can't attend, watch those replays. They're already out there. Or you can jump ahead. Either way. All right. We ready to go?
Yeah.
Another pop quiz question.
I know. Stop.
Hard hitting Wednesday, and we're gonna go into types of investments, right?
Yes. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I actually took a screenshot from a question that was posted on the message board. Yep. Pays to post your questions on the message board, because we're going to talk about this question. I know, guys, it's really...
This was on the Discord?
This was on the Discord. This was on that free message board.
Yes, called that's on the Discord platform.
Yes. I don't even know... to be honest with you, I didn't see the name of the person who posted this. I literally just
could look it up.
Pulled the question. You're gonna have to scroll up a little bit. All right.
Thanks for the help, Randy.
You're welcome. All right. So what I am going to do, guys, first is I'm going to look at our answers. Like, even though we know the answer is D and not A, I'm still going to look at our answers first. Guys, this is like the best way to use a quiz, right? Quizzes aren't just, in my opinion, quizzes aren't just to like gauge your knowledge. Quizzes can also be used as studying tools. Okay. And that's what we're going to use this as today. We're going to use this as a studying tool. Okay. So a retail investor is everyone, pretty much. I'm going to put most people, right? Most people. Okay. Most investors. And then we have a venture capitalist, which is it's a group of people that invest a lot of money into they do like private funding, right? You hear about like how Tom Brady is part owner of the Raiders now. Well, it's not like Tom Brady put cash out and it's himself. It's him and a group of other people, right?
It's like they pulled their money together to buy something big.
Right. And so because this is private investing, I'm going to say this is not securities.
Much like us at the old lunchroom, we all pull our money together to buy a couple pizza pies, right?
Yeah, there you
Except
go.
they're not buying pizza pies.
No, they're buying football teams.
They're on a different level.
Right? So like we don't talk about venture capitalists other than they're not really investors
Right.
in our world that we're studying, right? An issuer is a person that needs to raise capital, right? So this is like the ABC Corporation, the US government, right? And then an institutional investor, which just so happens to be opposite of the retail investor, is an investor. And this is how I defined it. That either has that's in financial services. It's an entity in financial services. So we're talking, just to keep it simple, right? We're talking banks, blah, 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 and has a ton of money. Okay.
Mucho dinero.
Yes. Okay. So I'm looking at my question.
They're not looking through the couch cushions for
No.
beer money.
Like they sneeze and make $10 million. Like,
wish I could do that.
Right. So if you guys go based on what I just said, right? Most investors, private investing, not really in our world, that the issuers raise capital and that the investors have a ton of money. Check out this. I got a foundation that has $500 million. Let me zoom in. Yes, guys, that is millions, right? Hundreds, thousands, millions. So this is 500 million.
Half a bill.
Would that be a ton of money?
$500 million.
Right. That's it. Right. And then so let's really quickly though. Let's make sure this is who we're talking about, right? Mod Family Foundation makes a lot of money or has a lot of money right here. In this example, the Mod Family Foundation is, guys, I skipped all that malarkey in the middle. Yep. That's my new word. Malarkey.
It's not really new, but I got you.
Yeah.
Malarkey.
Skip all this junk.
Are we going to a hootenanny later?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't need to know any of that because once I got that number, all I need to do is now read the question. Does that make sense? So we're talking about the person that has a lot of money. I recognize that institutional investors have a lot of money. It's opposite, right? It's in the opposite game, retail versus institutional. And
right.
There you go. That's getting it based on a technique and very simple keywords, right? So I decided that tonight.
Is the foundation is another thing. It signals that it's an institution.
Not necessarily, because I could only have
because it's not
$1 million.
Mod Family Foundation, though. It's not like an individual family. It's a foundation.
It's the foundation, but it is the fact that it's an entity with $500 million. That makes it institutional.
There you go. Okay.
If I was a charity that only had $1 million, I would not be considered an institutional investor.
So the Wayne Family Foundation would have been.
Probably would be an institutional.
For those wondering, Bruce Wayne.
Yes,
Batman.
Yes. The Padilla Family Foundation, not institutional.
No, there's no 500 mil.
So let's break down this, guys, because you guys are going to see this a lot. We get introduced to it in the SIE. It's assumed you know it on the 6. It's assumed you know it on the 63, and so on and so forth, right? So we have two major categories of investors. We have our retail investors,
I like to think of retail investors as most of us with our Robinhood app, if you will.
Absolutely. Most of us are going to be meeting with retail investors daily.
I got my Robinhood app. Makes me retail.
Right. There is
I got $5 money.
there's
I can buy 50 $50 over
there's
lunch.
there's an interview show. I don't even know, a talk show. With Jon Stewart.
Yes, John Stewart. He was talking about retail investors.
Yeah, some guy he says, I'm John Smith, a retail investor. I'm like, dude,
Everybody's a retail investor.
you're
Let's not church up.
everything.
Yeah, let's not church up your name here.
Like
You didn't have a special license. You're just a dude with a Robinhood.
Yeah, you're just like every other investor out there.
By the way, that's a good thing that you bring that up, by the way, because
Yes.
on the news and you're watching something and someone says, oh, this retail investor is gonna give us advice. Guys, he's no different than some dude on the corner that's got the Robinhood app.
Yes. And I hate
Your cousin Jose is not an authority because he has a Robinhood app.
Right. Exactly. Guys, the retail investor is our everyday investor. And the reason why we have to know this is because all the rules that we are learning are to protect them, which sometimes it makes it seem like we need to protect ourselves against it.
Well,
Just
yes.
kidding. But no, in all seriousness, guys, like all of the rules are to protect them. So when we talk about retail investors, we're talking they have the most rules. In fact, they have all the rules, to be honest with you. Most rules are to protect them. We can't say certain things in certain ways, right? We have to be very clear, very concise when we speak to them. We can't use industry jargon. We have to be, we can't be misleading. We can't have fraudulent behavior.
Can't say words like guarantee.
Yes. So all of these rules and regulations, guys, are all to not bamboozle, another great word, not to bamboozle the everyday investor. Guys, it's not their job to know this industry.
That's why if you have ever been on an appointment where they do an investment, the person taking you cannot say, I guarantee you a 10% every year or
Right.
a 5% or any kind of percentage at all. All they can say is this is what it's done in the past. You have to be very careful that we can't say that we're predicting the future because you can't.
Exactly. So you guys got to keep that in mind. We don't, it's not that we think retail investors are dumb. It's not their job, guys. It's just not their job. We are the ones that are licensed in this industry. We are the ones with the knowledge of this industry. Retail investors are looking to us for our knowledge. Does that make sense?
Even if you're doing business and you're Dionne Warwick and his psychic friends, you still cannot guarantee and tell the future.
Absolutely.
That's a throwback right there.
That is. I just mentioned, it was
Dionne Warwick.
Yes.
And
yeah, I was like, when we were kids, these were our infomercials. Anyways, guys, so another type of retail investor is called the accredited investor.
That's a little bit more credit.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we think that the accredited investor is not a retail. Guys, they are a retail investor.
But they have more than just the Robinhood app.
Yes, with a little bit more.
Means they got a little bit of money.
They got a little bit more money
behind them.
Yes, they have a little bit more money. We'll break that down. They have a little bit more experience.
It's like when you go to your party and your mom tells you, hey, listen to your Theo over there. He makes a lot of money.
Yes. And
not that one over there who has no job. That one over there with the money, right?
Yes.
We listen to the person who has the money and who has the experience.
Yes. Guess what? Did you know that I am an accredited investor?
I did not, but please tell everybody because they want to know.
It's not because I have $1 million in net worth. I will tell you that. It's because of my licenses. Because I have the Series 7 and the 65.
There you go.
Okay, let's break it down. All right. So when we talk about money, they need to have $1 million of net worth. Okay. And remember, we said net worth, not including our primary residence.
Yeah, your primary residence cannot be included in your net worth. A lot of that, hey guys, that carries over into when you're in the real world doing real business.
Yes, guys.
Super important you know that.
Because trust me when I say this, most of Southern California would qualify.
Yeah.
Not because we bought a house that's $1 million, but that's just the way it is, right? But no, but
we all owe $1 million on a house.
Right. So when we talk about accredited investors, it's just a retail investor with a little bit more money. They have to have $1 million of net worth, or they make 200,000 in income. And this is basically the previous 2 years and expected in the third. I know it's weird.
Well, it's like based on your history of the last 2 years, we expect you to do it again.
Right. So you're basically are bringing in, now it's 300,000 if you're married. Okay. Oops, let me write that down. Married. Right? Because it goes up a little bit more.
And still the 2-year thing, and in the third year expected.
Exactly. Okay. So 1 million of net worth, excluding, put not including, and 200 or 300,000 if married in the previous 2 years, or expected to make that much at least in this third year. Okay.
I wonder why it's 3 and not 4.
I don't know.
Anyways, not on the test, so who cares?
Exactly. The other thing is, we said experience. Guys, I don't know what that means. They just said extensive experience. There is no like, you've been an investor for 10 years. There is no number. Okay. So I don't care what anybody says. There's no number attached to this experience thing. But let me get to the licenses. Okay. It is your Series 7, right? Your Series 7.
Check.
Or your 6566.
Check.
Exactly. Because this makes you a general securities registered rep, which means you can sell stocks and bonds, right? And the 6566 makes you an investment advisor representative.
That's extensive experience.
It is, at least from a book, right?
Right.
So those are what make you accredited investors, which are still a retail. Now, you guys might see this, especially if you are studying for the 63, 65, or 66. NASA loves calling these people, all of these people, non-institutional investors.
Well, because they're just a person.
Well, and because they're retail.
And they're retail.
Right? So you guys might see it as retail. You guys might see it as non-institutional and accredited, right?
That's super important that you guys have that distinction, because sometimes you'll get a question and they won't say retail investor, they'll say non-institutional. So you need to know that when you see non-institutional, you need to put those two together.
And
Retail,
guys,
non-institutional, retail, non-institutional, retail, non-institutional, same thing.
yes, and that's why I'm saying it like that. And that's why I'm saying there's two main categories, because the two main categories are retail or institutional. Make sense?
That's it.
All right. So let's talk about that institutional investor.
I was going to say you should do that underneath what you just wrote.
What did I say?
No, I'm saying go down, scroll down, and then do that underneath instead of trying to, so you have more room.
Retail equals non-institutional. Like that?
No, Brandy.
No, what am I doing? But I don't remember what I said.
No, I was gonna say I don't mean to like throw you completely off the loop here, but you're gonna start explaining what an institutional investor is. I'm saying don't do it up there, do it on the bottom so you have more room to work.
Oh, okay.
I apologize. I didn't know I was gonna throw you off.
Oh, because usually I explain them side by side, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
okay.
There's not a lot of room and it gets all squishy.
Yeah, institutional. Okay. So institutional investors are the ones, like, do you guys remember how I summed it up with have a ton of money or in financial services?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So what I mean by institutional investors is, I'm going to put here financial services, because guys, these are other broker dealers. These are other investment advisors.
That says Fin Services. I don't know what else it's supposed to say.
Yeah, Fin Services. Financial services. Okay. Broker dealers, investment advisors, right? These are firms, right? These are firms.
Do you have coffee?
No.
Oh, okay.
And then banks. If you guys are studying the Series 6, you guys know this. Savings institutions. Look, it's in the word. Trust companies. We call this sometimes, because you have to repeat this like bank, savings institutions, trust companies. You have to say that a lot. We started calling it BTS.
It's BTS.
Right? Because
It's
so
easy to remember. Is not only is it K-pop, but it's also
institutions and trust companies.
there you go.
Because you have to, I'm telling you guys, when you're studying your 63, 65, and 66, you have to say that a lot, right? Gets monotonous.
Hey, maybe just visualize your favorite K-pop
there you go
band to,
get it
done. Remember it.
Right. We have investment companies under the 1940 Act. Oops, investment companies. Basically, guys, when we say investment companies, we're mostly talking about mutual funds.
Good to know.
Okay. That's a hint.
I would put those together, guys, on a 3x5, and I would memorize that.
Yes.
As an association.
Me too.
If not, you can always find that in the KonaButterflyz study guide available SIE.
Yep.
6 and 63.
Insurance companies. Those are also considered institutional investors.
Are we kind of seeing like we're seeing a pattern here of what we see as institutional investors, right?
They're in financial services.
Right. And if you don't remember, you should know all this stuff, but if we're in the exam and we're having a moment like tonight, like Brandy is, you can remember that some of these are just common sense you feel like are just investors, right? Like a bank, a savings institution, like you could figure that out, I feel.
Yeah.
Insurance company, okay, got it. Investment companies for sure, right? Mutual funds.
Yes. And any entity or person that has more than $50 million or more in assets. Guys, check this out. So look at the
you put difference. Entities with 50 million, but you said and person or person.
I'm gonna do it this way.
Did you say that?
I did it this way, yes.
Sorry. So when you say an entity or person, are you saying like an entity? We already talked about a big group. Like you said, the Tom Brady group.
Yes.
But let's say I'm Oprah.
Oprah would be considered an institutional investor. It's really weird because one study prep will say that it can't be an individual, and then another study prep says it can't.
What does FINRA say though? Because that's what we follow.
That it can be.
So remember this. So if you're studying not with Kona and you're using another study prep and it says something different, remember we follow exactly the people that test you, and FINRA says it can be.
It can be an individual.
And that's the important thing that you need to remember. It can be, and that is how it will be tested in the exam because FINRA tests you.
Yes.
And so if you're finding something different or contrary somewhere else, just know the actual thing is can, according to FINRA.
Yes. And I do want to bring this to your quick attention. Look at the difference between let me get a different color. Look at the difference between the 1 million of net worth for our accredited investor. That's small fries compared to the 50 million. So really, really look at that. That's like Jay-Z versus, I don't know any other rappers. It's like Taylor Swift versus.
I thought you were going to bust out a good one. I thought you were going to say Jay-Z versus Lil Uzi.
There you go.
Lil Uzi's not bad. He got money.
He's got money, but
he ain't got Jay-Z money. We can all agree on that, right?
Institutional money.
See, Andy knows what's up.
I know.
Brandy does not.
I know who that is because I heard that episode. Thank you. Anyways, institutional investors have a lot of money or basically in the industry. You guys got to know this. Every exam, you have to know
Definitely not Kodiak Black.
Don't know who that is. Admit that.
You hit a wall.
Hit a wall.
Do you know ASAP has now, because you know who he's with. I lost you.
I'm giving you the link.
ASAP Rocky.
Is that with Cardi?
No.
Was with Cardi B.
No.
Had a baby with Cardi B.
No.
Wow. I don't know that.
Rihanna. He's with Rihanna.
Oh.
Yeah, he got Rihanna money now.
Oh, he's got Rihanna money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know what's up.
I know.
Dang.
Are they married?
All right. If I were her, I would not marry.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he doesn't have Rihanna money.
Looking for an umbrella.
Ella.
You should have Jay-Z hand him one. All right. Anyway. All right, everybody, we did it. We made it through. We got through. I don't no idea how we did it. I feel like we were just like a big ball of fire, just landing this plane.
Nah,
But
man, we had
we
fun.
made through it. We did it.
That's right.
We did it.
Yeah.
And we're happy that you made it too. And we had some fun. We definitely learned some stuff about these different investors
Yes.
and how they're tested, guys. Like we said, there might be discrepancies on whoever you're studying with, but remember, we just follow FINRA over here. That's all we do. We look up our sources in FINRA only, or NASA, and that's what we do. So make sure that you know that if it is a difference and you hear it somewhere else different, just know that if you looked it up, it's FINRA, and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys got that in, and we're gonna have more of it tomorrow night, believe it or not. With our Series 6, Brandy's gonna have 6 different questions. We're gonna teach a little bit of content. We're gonna have some test taking techniques.
Yes.
Plus our regular shenanigans and gahuffs.
Gahuffs.
Yeah, definitely a lot of gahuffs.
Larky.
Sure. All right. We got live sessions happening as well. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, keep safe out there. And definitely prayers for Hawaii. Right?
Yes.
Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Guys, thank you so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to practice the keywords when you take your next quiz. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.